Hello, my name is Jalani Bandele, and I'm the founder of Campusxatl. As of the moment, I don't have a team. It's just me. I recently had to let go of a developer and start the onboarding process for a marketing director I was bringing on. But a brief description of my company, Campusxatl, is essentially a centralized student platform for college students to just make the college experience more accessible and to navigate it in a more easier function. As a college student myself, and from the data I collected from my peers and other college students, is for GSU specifically, since it's mostly a commuter campus, if you want to stay in the loop for GSU, you got to go on Instagram, you got to go to Reddit, you got to use GroupMe for study groups. You want to buy stuff, you got to use Depop, Facebook Marketplace. You got to use Fizz, like, you know what I'm saying? That's Fizz and Twitter. Those are like, other forms of communication for college students and whatnot. So that's 7 apps I done named, and there's plenty more that we use. We use Pins for campus events. We use, Pins for campus events. We use GSU Navigate. That's also for study groups and whatnot. So that's almost 9 apps off of the top of my head that we use just to get by in college, like just to stay in the loop for GSU outside of the classroom. That's 9 apps we have to use. So essentially, Campusxatl is solving that problem. And it's not just solving that problem, but it's making it more convenient for students. So instead of going to 9 apps, you go to 1 app. And also by doing that, it increases, our GMV and whatnot, because instead of just, I could go to Campusxatl to book a haircut or to get a retwist. I could also go there to find a study group. I could also go there to find local student discount deals, because in the GSU area, we don't have a lot of food selections. Those are our 3 main pain points: food selections, safety, and friends. Those are the 3 most common pain points I've seen across our college campus. And GSU is somewhat the flagship for colleges in Georgia, just because of like the branding around Atlanta and the fashion industry and the underground world and whatnot, like with the whole, the alternative fashion styles and whatnot. And just GSU is just so outspoken and whatnot, and just vibrant when it comes to a sense of community. But the downsides to that is the commuters that don't live on campus or go to different GSU campuses, they're not in the loop with, like, if you don't have friends on that campus, you're not in the loop of daily activities or events that are going on in campus. So basically, Campusxatl solves that problem. And like I said before, you can not only book haircuts, book services, retwists, boho braids, any type of hairstyle. You could book hairstyles, but you could also make money while in college. That's one of our second biggest GMV generators. It will be, essentially, because a lot of students are having problems with paying off loans, paying off tuition, and then a lot of them, they don't live with their parents, so they have to find some type of money outside of their regular job, because a lot of students can't work full-time, they gotta work part-time. So the secondhand market, I don't have the number on my head, but the secondhand college market, it's in the billions. I can't think of the exact number, but when it comes to gig work and like doing side projects and stuff to get money, that's essentially like the blueprint for college students, because just having a job is not going to get by. So you can also post what you do on the app. So if I fix phones, then I could post I fix phones on the app, and people could book me and things of that nature. And then if I sell clothes, I can sell clothes on the app instead of using Depop and whatnot, because a lot of people do scam on Depop, or it takes forever. So also another thing I learned from Y Combinator School is doing things that are scalable. So for the first month, I'm going to be doing deliveries for the marketplace, to where people place orders and I'll deliver them. And then also for our GTM strategy, it also includes me going out in person and handing out QR codes and doing interviews and surveys and whatnot, to just collect more data to continue to iterate the app and whatnot for the next V2 and V3, for the next versions, essentially. But yeah, that's basically what the app is. And there's also more business models in it and whatnot, because a lot of businesses on colleges don't perform well during summer because they all leave or they're just too pricey. So I've been going in person too and negotiating, trying to get more favorable student discounts and whatnot. Like, instead of just the regular 10% off, 15% off. And it's a lot in there. But as a underdeserved founder, or whatever was the word, I kind of forgot it. But I have, hold on, let me go find the video. As an underrepresented founder, I am unequally positioned to build this app because I am a Black student that goes to GSU. GSU is technically not a HBCU, of course, because the history and whatnot, but when it comes to like just nationality-wise and the groups and races that go there, it's a predominantly Black school. So that's the main reason. That's my unfair market advantage I have, because I'm connected to the whole GSU community. I think, actually, I don't think I know. In the past, 28 days, I've done 571,000 views on TikTok, just subconsciously promoting Campusxatl. I just been bringing up the pain points of GSU in a comedic way, and then in a caption, I might be like, oh, Campusxatl coming soon, or in the comments and whatnot. So I've done over 500,000 views for Campusxatl in the past 28 days. When I was a freshman at GSU, I used to take 60 people pictures a day. Like, I used to go with the 60 people. So when it comes to sales, marketing, business development, I'm literally a pro at it, I can't lie. So, and then also I understand GSU as someone that's been going there for 2 years. And from freshman year alone, I gained not 1,000 friends. That would be unreasonable to say, but 1,000 followers for my photography brand. Like when I was taking people pictures. So that's 1,000 students that I know personally from freshman year. And then sophomore year, I started doing YouTube. I started doing TikTok. So I done reached over, from freshman year to sophomore year, I done reached 2.3 million people. But from GSU wise, I would say there's 55,000 total students that go to GSU, 30,000 that go to the Atlanta campus. So out of that 30,000, it wouldn't be insane to say that I done reached or know of, or they know of me, at least 20,000 of them. And the main way I will be able to succeed and continue to build out this app and iterate this app is that I'm an active student that goes to GSU. I'm in every finance club, finance development society, all of that. I'm going to be living on campus. So no, I live on campus, and I'm a student, so I know our problems firsthand. So it's not also me just being able to go up to other students and ask them problems. I will be able to see my problems firsthand and implement them into the app, like, for our next versions and whatnot. So that's my unfair advantage. I just understand the market, and when it comes to the market, I somewhat am the market because I also am a student. And also, like, a lot of folks refer to me as the GSU ambassador because, TikTok and whatnot, because I'm always like, yapping on there about GSU and whatnot. Like, oh, I can't stand GSU. Oh, I can't stand this about GSU. What the world? Look at this going on at GSU. Like, just always talking about GSU just because, it's the college I go to. So that's the unfair advantage I have. And I will have an unfair advantage when it comes to building this company because I understand college kids. I understand the struggles we go through. And I already came up with other contingency plans to propel myself off of each function of the app, because each feature in the app is a separate feature I could completely propel off of and turn it into a whole different separate entity and whatnot. But yeah, that's my unfair advantage that I have as an underrepresented founder. And I also come from African background. My dad's Nigerian, so I understand how it is for international students too. So that's also another main feature that I'm appealing to, which is when you first download the app, you go through an onboarding process and it adds you into group chats and study group chats based off of your schedule and the interests that you select. But yeah, that's essentially one half of Campusxatl, but for time's sake. But yeah, that's me, Jalani Bandele.